the internship which I am talking about of the US, I didn't apply for that internship. I showcased my projects, my skills on LinkedIn.
Right.
You can say for 15 days I was very much active.
Okay.
Then by chance there was a mutual connection who was working in US, and the person who was I working under was also in the US. So interview crack करना is not a big deal. अगर तुम्हें आता है तो तुम्हें श्योरली इंटरव्यू क्रैक करोगे, तो रुक नहीं सकते कहीं भी. बट लेकिन इंटरव्यू में सबसे ज्यादा जो पूछा जाएगा ना, वो बेसिक पूछा जाएगा.
Before starting and going to data science, who are you?
So my name is Abhinav Bansal, and I have graduated from this college AVSIT in 2025, and my basically the branch was data science only, but slowly I moved towards artificial intelligence. I made projects, I upskilled myself in AI only, and now I am at Synopsys, AI production automation and productivity engineer. So that's pretty much about me. Not gonna say much about college because it is an off-campus opportunity which I did. So
Abhinav bhaiya, what was the time that you realized कि data science करना चाहिए?
When I was in second year in the 2022, I joined in 2021 of course.
Yeah.
So in 2022 the data science was at boom. Everyone was talking about data science. There are terabytes or there are millions of data which you have to process, and with data science you need also big data things, and slowly you have to move forward towards how can you integrate data science and AI, how can you pull data using big data tools into the data science models, how can you improve their efficiency. Everything was related to data science. At that time AI was not on boom. There were talks of AI in 2022 that AI will boom, AI is the future and everything, but there was not a boom like in 2025 or 2026 which you have seen now.
Yeah.
So this was my pulling towards data science, that yes, this is on boom, and I love to play with data. I played with like terabytes of data when I made models.
Yeah.
So that was my data science journey there. Slowly, if you come towards my future plans, I was happy to join as a data scientist somewhere, anywhere, and get some experience, join some big organization at the end of my college. But slowly the data science was declining.
Yeah.
When the AI was on boom, the data science was declining. Even the principal data scientist, there was a known person who was principal data scientist at Oracle. He was my known, and I talked to him, and he was saying data science is not gonna give you money in future. If you want money, if you want career, if you want growth, then you need two things. First, AI and how to communicate non-technical and technical stakeholders using your solutions.
Okay.
So when you come towards any person, or when you go towards any person, like, can you just tell me about AI? Even if he is a non-tech person, he will or she will tell you that you should know about how to communicate with non-tech person, because I have seen people who had made AI solutions by hiring team or whatever they are mostly from non-tech background. Even one of my known has started a company just a while back, and he is from non-technical background.
Okay.
And he is working with the AI solutions. He do not build himself. He hires person, but all the way it goes back to non-technical person who is handling the approach and who is handling the idea what is to be done. So that was it.
Okay. So like आपने जैसे ऑफ कैमरा ही बताया था, you did started your second year में कैसे आपने स्टार्ट किया, and what was the point कि क्या रिसोर्सेज लूँ, कहाँ से स्टार्ट करूँ, क्या रोड मैप लूँ, what was that?
वेल जब सेकेंड ईयर में होते हैं, तो फर्स्ट ईयर में भी होते हैं, तो एक अलग ही वो होता है कि यार नहीं कुछ तो करना है.
It was a time before ChatGPT and all. Right.
Yeah, ChatGPT was existing at that time.
Okay.
But it was not much popular. It got popular in 2023 and
Right.
somewhere. So उस टाइम क्या होता है कि आपके पास रिसोर्सेज होते हैं, यूट्यूब, coursera, Udemy, बहुत सारे रिसोर्सेज होते हैं. So कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं कि यार कैसे करें, what should be done, which pathway I should follow, which course should I take, if it is good for me, it is bad for me. So उस टाइम क्या होता है, you need a mentor.
Right.
और मेंटर कोई भी हो सकता है, इंडस्ट्री एक्सपर्ट, योर सीनियर, someone who is not working but he has great knowledge, he has done well in his career, now settled down somewhere else,
Right.
doing something, so you need a mentor. I didn't have a mentor back then, so I was my own mentor. I was on my own. I have to find the way out of what resources should I use, what should I
Right.
do, and what not. So slowly I moved towards YouTube. You know, millions of videos are there. You should follow this, you should follow that. So instead of going towards them and following them, what I did is I used a website, roadmap.sh. There was everything. If you want to be a backend engineer, Python developer, AI engineer, data scientist, everything, that was a very clear roadmap. So I used that website, and it got me everything like what topics should I follow and when should I follow. I should first move towards this topic, then the other topic. It gives me all the roadmap, supervised learning, then go towards these topic in supervised, then unsupervised these topic. So it got me everything, and I searched YouTube for the same, because at that time YouTube was very famous.
Yeah.
For these, because it is freely available, one thing. Secondly, anyone can access. Third, if you don't like understand what is like happening in that video, you can rewatch it again, and if you still don't understand, you can just ask in comments.
Right.
So that was a easy thing, rather than taking up a course from somewhere and paying for that certificate course or something. So I didn't take that. It was YouTube and roadmap.sh.
Okay. So after that roadmap.sh and YouTube, what were the major projects that have you built?
So basically the thing is, once you need theory, at first you need theory.
Okay.
When you know the theory, where the system can fail, where the model can fail, how can you improve the model, what can you do with the model, and how can you improve it, how can you degrade it, what particular technique you have to use to make the data, use the data efficiently and get insights from it. So first is theoretical knowledge, and with theoretical knowledge you also need to implement the system. It's not like you learned or get the exposure of whole theoretical supervised learning and then say, okay, I know supervised learning, now I am going to implement. No, that's not it. You go towards one topic of supervised learning. First you know the theory, then you implement it. Make something, not a very good model, not a very something, but you should have knowledge about what functions are there, and what functions can you use and how can you use.
Can you name one or two projects that should be must for a data science student or an aspiring student?
Okay, so basically data science is like you have to work towards a business.
Right.
You have to give output, you have to generate ROI. You are basically, when you are working somewhere as a data scientist or on a data science project, the main thing they focus on ROI, return on investment.
Yeah.
They are investing on you, they are giving you everything you need.
Right.
So when they are paying you, they need you make them money.
Right.
Only then they will pay you. Why will someone pay you if you are not making them money?
Correct.
That's the thing. So I built a recommender system in my second year. That was a mini project. It was existing system already, so I just improved it using some other technique.
Right.
So that was it, which I built, and it was taken as a mini project. Music recommender system it was, and I used the data which is available on Cake.
Are these projects relevant today in this
No,
like,
they are not.
industry? So
Not-
what type of project will be like relevant?
At the end, it all come towards AI.
Right.
You don't have to make the toys.
Right.
You don't have to use the API. If I am using API of OpenAI, Anthropic, and any other, what have I built? Nothing.
Nothing.
Everything is done by the API key, right? So you have to make the basic strong. If you have the basic, you can get hired anywhere. In an interview, when I recently when I was appeared in an interview of this Synopsys. So there was nothing particular talk of high level system designs, low level system design, architectures,
Right.
nothing. There was nothing. It only fall back towards what I know as a basic person. Basic perspective is very much important while you are dealing with machine learning or AI, everything. Even the building block of AI is machine learning. You should know about machine learning, because at the end you will somewhere need even a slight topic of machine learning. if I am saying you have to build an NLP project, somewhere you have to use visualization techniques, or somewhere you have to use machine learning techniques to know the data. So you have to process it EDA. EDA is a part of machine learning only. So building block is machine learning. Then it comes towards like a business thing. You can integrate machine learning with domains like healthcare, BFSI, financial sector, stock market. You can build predictive models and then move towards AI.
Okay. So can you please explain about some of the tech stacks that are relevant in today's world of AI and generative AI?
See, today's the thing is everyone is working with the NLP.
Right.
NLP is like you can say a domain which will never get out of demand.
Okay.
Because we know English, but the system understand coding.
Right.
Okay, it understand binary code.
Right.
So one thing you need is NLP. NLP will never go out of boom.
So how can I learn NLP?
Okay, so for NLP you have to use a basic building block. I again for normal NLP task to know about NLP using the libraries like SpaceC, NLTK, and other things. I used roadmap.ss to know how can I move towards NLP. Although I have never did like proper research or proper you can say proper projects which are based on NLP, but yeah, I have worked on it.
Got it.
So NLP will never go out of boom. Secondly, healthcare. AI and healthcare will never go out of boom, never, because healthcare is like if you are existing, there will be healthcare.
Okay.
Medical things will be there. Secondly, financial sector. If a human is there, at the end, the goal is to earn money.
Right.
Upskill yourself to earn the money. So financial sector will not go out of the boom. So it is like you should have something related to healthcare, financial, or any other sector which you think won't like go out. It will exist forever until the human race is there.
Okay. So like what was the internship period and आपने किस टाइप की internships वगैरह करी अपने college period में? And you were also a freelancer, तो client वगैरह कहाँ से लाए?
हाँ, so basically like मैंने जो first internship करी थी वो March 2025 में start करी थी. It was not a very big firm or something like that. It was a normal institute,
Right.
which gives courses for software development and other things. So the person who was owner of it, I was in relation with that person. Like he was a relative to me,
Okay.
and I approached him like, what can I do? I need an internship. So he was like, so that person also take freelance projects. So what he does, he builds himself everything mostly. Sometimes the things comes up which he can't build, so he hires someone for the particular thing. So at that time I was lucky. I approached him and he said, "Yeah, I am having a project of AI. It is related to predictive modeling in manufacturing units. So कर सकता है, freelancing है, थोड़ा बहुत पे मिलेगा क्योंकि मेरे को भी ज़्यादा पे नहीं मिला." मैंने कहा पे की बात नहीं है, मेन थिंग इज इंटर्नशिप हो जाएगी.
Right.
सो प्रिडिक्टिव मॉडलिंग पे काम करा था मैंने. 6 महीने की इंटर्नशिप थी. इट वाज 6 months. मार्च 2025 टू सितंबर 2025. उसके बाद सितंबर के बाद आई वाज एट होम upskilling myself in the sector of AI from October, the whole October and mid-November.
Okay.
After that, one thing I got to know from a close person, from a senior, whatever you build, it should on GitHub also, but it should also be on your LinkedIn.
Okay.
Because GitHub is like when a particular person searches for a particular project and your description is there which matches their search.
Right.
Only then your project will be showcased there.
Okay.
But if your project is on LinkedIn and you are showing that particular screen recording of what you have built, even a small project but impactful, it should be like making an impact. Or even if I say whatever we built in college or whatever I am building right now, they are not even projects. They are basically proof of concepts that this system can be built in the production level, or we can take it to some production and we can make this live.
Right.
So these are not projects, these are proof of concepts.
Right.
So these should be showcased on LinkedIn and any other platform which you think. So in October I was really active with these projects. I made a content moderation system. I made a new summarization using AI and NLP. So that was the thing, and I showcased it over the LinkedIn. Even I showcased what I have built in my internship experience using a post. So that post and those projects landed me an internship in US remotely,
Okay.
and
Nice.
paid me something in dollars.
Okay.
So that was a good internship. I was directly communicating with technical and non-technical stakeholders. Even you can say I was directly involved with CEO and CTO.
How
of
did
the-
you manage to like talk with the non-technical person and explain him all the things?
Okay, so when you are talking to non-technical person, just believe one thing. After 3 to 4 years of your career, if you are moving towards some position of senior software engineer or managerial post, you will have to communicate with non-technical person also. You will have to make him understand what you have built, not in the technical terms but in the business solutions. Like if I am telling him, sir, I have built this AI model and you have told me to work upon this, and this is exactly doing the same thing which you have told me, he will not take interest. He will say, I don't understand. So
Right.
that is like technical point of view which you are explaining him. So you have to explain the non-technical point of view. That will be what is the outcome of this particular thing which you have built. Even in percentages, quantifiables, you have to tell him that your productivity will increase 10%, 20%. The system is improving by 30%. How? That is your choice how to tell him that I have implemented this system or that system. He doesn't know about machine learning, doesn't
Right.
know about AI. He just know how to use AI. He knows how to give prompt, but he doesn't know what can you do in the technical field.
Right.
It was not much difficult as in the previous terms also. I managed to talk with tech and non-tech both. So it was easy, but yeah, one more thing, when you are working remotely for a US client as an intern, as an associate or a full-time role, the main thing is your health,
Right.
because you are working at night shift.
Yeah, it's a night shift.
So within 3 months or 4 months, you will see your body is changing.
Right.
So you have to take some rotational shifts.
Okay.
Like you can say for 3 months you can do night shift, then come to afternoon, then come to morning shift. But if you continuously do night shifts, it will eventually harm your health only. So that was a turning point for me. My health was not downgrading. I was pretty much enjoying the internship I had. But still, I needed something which can push me towards more towards my goals, and I can get a full-time role from
Right.
them. But unfortunately, I was seeing that the full-time role was not being offered to my peer teammates who joined before me, and this was the thing that pushed me towards applying to multiple companies at that time. within-
एंड ऑफ कैमरा एज यू साइड कि मैंने मेरे खोल के देख लो 1,500 एप्लीकेशंस होंगी एट द टाइम जब कॉलेज में भी कंपनीज नहीं आ रही हैं एंड बहुत डिप्रेशन वाला माहौल है, तब भी आपने ये कहा था कि मुझे कम से कम 13-14 लाख का मिल जाएगा. सो व्हाट वाज दैट माइंडसेट कि हाँ मैं निकाल
यार
लूंगा.
मेन थिंग वाज कि मेरे को पता है मैं 3 साल से मेहनत कर रहा हूँ.
राइट.
मेरे को पता है मेरे पास स्किल्स हैं.
राइट.
मेरे को ये पता है कि मैं इंटरव्यू क्रैक कर सकता हूँ. कैसे कर
वो
सकता
यूएस
हूँ?
वाला भी कर चुका था.
इंटरव्यू क्रैक करना इज नॉट अ बिग डील. अगर तुम्हें आता है तो तुम्हें श्योरली इंटरव्यू क्रैक करोगे, तो रोक नहीं सकते कहीं भी.
राइट.
बट लेकिन इंटरव्यू में सबसे ज्यादा जो पूछा जाएगा ना, वो बेसिक पूछा जाएगा. अगर तुम सोचते हो कि यार LLM कर लेता हूँ, रैग की आर्किटेक्चर कर लेता हूँ, मेरे से जेएनआई की पोजीशन है, मेरे को रैग आर्किटेक्चर पूछा जाएगा, नहीं पूछते.
बेसिक्स.
मैंने जेएनआई का इंटरव्यू दिया था, वो लोग नहीं पूछते. Although they need some knowledge about GenAI, LLM, RAG models, what is it, how will you implement, but they won't go in depth because they know you are still in learning phase. आर्किटेक्चर यार 4 साल काम करने वाले को नहीं पता होता.
राइट.
हम तो फिर भी फ्रेशर्स हैं.
राइट.
तो बेसिक बहुत स्ट्रांग होने चाहिए. ML, AI, what you are doing. सेकेंडली इंटरव्यू में जो मतलब इंटरव्यू तक पहुंचने का सबसे मेन चीज होती है रिज्यूमे. आजकल ATS चल रहा है.
राइट.
The world is now moving to ATS.
राइट.
Before it reaches to HR, before it reaches to hiring manager, it goes towards the
AI.
ATS. if your score is not 92 plus, your resume doesn't stand a chance, because there are people who have better education than you, who have better projects than you, but still if they are not making good projects, if they are not making good resumes, they will get less ATS even with normal projects, and less. So you can say like my college, it was 3-tier college. Even with that you can crack any interview, but the condition is your resume should be good. It should
Right.
have a ATS of 92 plus. So I built a resume, I checked with the ATS resume checker website. Then it told me about improvements. I improved that, and then I again checked it. Once I got to know that my resume is getting 95 or 96 score, only then I apply. It takes me about half an hour to apply towards one job. Now you can say if I am going towards 10 applications, that is like 300 minutes.
Right.
So it is a lot of time you have to invest, a lot of time you have to manage it. It is important to get shortlisted, then interview is easy.
So after rejection from that US company, what was the story to like getting selected, Synopsys? What was the interview procedure and how did you prepare?
Okay, so the internship which I am talking about of the US, I didn't apply for that internship. I showcased my projects, my skills on LinkedIn.
Right.
You can say for 15 days I was very much active.
Okay.
Then by chance there was a mutual connection who was working in US, and the person who was I working under was also in the US.
Okay.
So he liked one of my posts about skills and projects I built, and he just saw that post, the person which I worked under, and then he just texted me on LinkedIn that I have an offer for you. So I told him like I am interested, tell me about it. He explained me what they are doing and what they need from me, and what skills they expect from me. So they took an interview. First the technical round was there, the CTO took it, then the CEO took it, the non-tech
What
round.
topics did
Uh,
they asked?
Basically related to their work.
Okay.
All about AI and stock market and BFSI sector.
Okay.
And they were having existing system of AI which I worked upon. They just wanted a team to enhance that system. So that was pretty much that. And I had 3 rounds with them. First was with CTO technical round, then a non-technical round with CEO, then with hiring manager, the person who was using that system in their organization.
Right.
So 3 round of interview, and they didn't ask me DSA. Nothing. They were like, do you know DSA? No, I didn't have any experience with DSA. I never just did DSA.
Right.
So they never asked me. They didn't ask me about DSA. They were like, when you are working towards AI, you should know DSA. Even if you don't build it, you have not worked with DSA, you should know what are the time complexities, space complexities, what are the approaches of searching, sorting, and trees, graphs, everything.
Right.
And so they didn't ask me, they just told me, just get familiar with these things and know about the time complexity. But they said, we will train you over it.
Okay. So like what was the like after that company, इस बैंगलोर वाली कंपनी में what they asked you and how did you prepare?
Okay, so जब एक चीज़ होती है, जब आप कहीं इंटर्नशिप कर रहे होते हो ना, तो उसके लास्ट मंथ में या कुछ 1 महीने पहले कर लो या 15 दिन पहले कर लो, यू गेट टू नो इफ़ यू आर गोना गेट द PPO और नॉट.
आ जाता है
इंस्टिंक्ट क्या, गट फीलिंग भी आ जाती है, और बाय द बिहेवियर ऑफ योर सीनियर्स यू गेट टू नो इफ़ यू कैन गेट द PPO और नॉट. एंड इफ़ दे आर ट्रीटिंग यू एज अ जस्ट temporary employee or a full-time employee, so a gut feeling आ जाती है. And I got that gut feeling that they are not gonna offer PPO, although there was a certain limit that yes they can offer PPO in this start. But जब मेरे को feeling आई तो I started applying to other relevant job fields, and in January मैंने Synopsys में apply किया था.
So like it was a LinkedIn approach or like how
नहीं,
did you
directly
careers page?
So I was just scrolling Instagram, and there was a reel about what companies are good to join as a fresher. So in the captions there was mentioned Synopsys also. So without any delay, I searched all the companies, their
Instagram वाला
career
LinkedIn.
page.